A wonderful morning to all our warrior students, faculty and staff, administrators, and members of the UE community. I am Ms. Lira Daza, the guidance counselor in charge for the College of Education, and on behalf of the Guidance, Counseling, and Career Services Office, we gladly welcome you all to our talk on career planning, work ethics, attitudes, and productivity. Let us formally begin today's event with an opening prayer and the singing of our Philippine national anthem.
Dear God, we thank you for all the blessings you have given us. We thank you for the opportunity to gather, share, and learn new knowledge in this webinar. May you extend your divine wisdom to our speaker so that they would be able to impart their God-given knowledge to us all. May the speaker be blessed to bring his expertise to people who need it. May you also bless the participants of this webinar so that we may all be able to learn, and that after this event, may we be able to share our newfound knowledge and put it to good use, all in the spirit of your love and generosity. We ask all this in your most holy name. Amen.
Bayang magiliw, kailas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, bulit ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisigil. Sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong buhaw, may dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayong minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagdidinig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mag-aapi, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
To welcome you all in today's affair, let us all give a warm applause to the Director of the Guidance, Counseling, and Career Services Office, Director Maria Gracia Gallardo Gonzalez.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to our dear graduating college and OJT students. It is my great pleasure to welcome you to Whip It, a seminar on work ethics, attitude, and productivity. Today marks a significant milestone, especially for our graduating students who are on the point of transitioning from the academic world to their chosen careers. As you stand at this decisive moment in your journey, the knowledge and insights you gain today will be invaluable as you step into the professional world. We are honored to have with us a distinguished resource speaker whose expertise and experiences will undoubtedly inspire and equip you with the essential tools to succeed. Your presence here is a testament to your dedication and commitment to guiding the next generation towards excellence in the workplace. This webinar not only focuses on productivity, but also on cultivating the right work ethics and attitudes, which are crucial for success. Now, in today's competitive landscape, it is these qualities that truly set individuals apart, helping them grow both personally and professionally. In behalf of the Guidance, Counseling, and Career Services Office, I extend my heartfelt thanks to everyone who made this event possible, especially our speaker, Ms. Anne Inverso, the Guidance Counselor in charge of the Career Development and Placement Program, and of course, the rest of the team, GCCSO Manila. We are confident that today's session will be insightful and enriching for everyone involved. So once again, welcome to Whip It, and I wish you all a productive and inspiring webinar.
Thank you very much, Director Gonzalez, for your words of encouragement for our students. At this point, let us get to know more about our esteemed resource person who shall be introduced by the guidance counselor assigned for the College of Arts and Sciences, the College of Engineering, and the guidance counselor in charge for the Career Development and Placement Program. Let us all welcome Dr. Anne Joyzel and Berzo.
Thank you, Ms. Lira. Good morning, everyone. I have the honor to introduce our resource speaker, who is an experienced professional in the areas of career development, project management, and training. She is skilled in customizing and facilitating learning experiences for students and adults like managers, leaders, and teams. She has been over 15 years of exposure and experience as human resource management, organization, and in career development as practitioner and trainer, and in the academe as an administrator. She was the head of human resources of Don Bosco Technical Institute of Makati. She has developed and conducted numerous courses in the areas of career management and training. She holds a certificate in teaching program and is a licensed secondary teacher from Philippine Normal University, a masteral candidate in human resource management from the La Salle College of St. Benilde, psychology major in industrial organizational psychology, also from the LSU, a bachelor's degree in management major in human resource management. She is also certified mental health first responder, global career coach, certified by CREVET or the Korean Research Institute for Vocational Education and Training, and Katatagan Online Facilitator. She is a founding board member and currently the auditor of the Association of Placement Practitioners of Colleges and Universities, or APCO, a network of placement practitioners of different colleges and universities. Likewise, she is currently the national president of the Career Development Association of the Philippines, or SIDA, which is a network of human resource management practitioners, guidance counselors, and career development specialists in the industry, government, and education sectors. She was the former chair of the Academe Industry Committee of South Manila Educational Consortium, a consortium of the universities and colleges located at Taft Avenue and Intramuros area. Everyone, let us give a warm virtual applause to our speaker, Ms. Franz Marie Jobelos Suman. Ms. Franz.
Hi, good morning, everyone. If you can hear me, kindly have thumbs up or uh, reaction, heart reacts there. I hope you can see me, and welcome to this morning's session. It's hard to say no to friends in the guidance counseling office of University of the East, and it's good to be back. I'm busy, if I may say it in Tagalog, lagi po akong bisita dito. So it's good to be back. So thank you everyone for the invitation. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with you some of the career planning tips, work ethics, attitude, and productivity. So it's a bit short, and I hope the participants, be it online or watching YouTube, we have some two short exercises, and I hope you can able to participate in those exercises. So let's begin. So let me share. So our topic for this morning is career planning, work ethics, attitudes, and productivity, building a fulfilling and productive career. So may I just request the guidance team if they can put it on the chat box, if I may ask, your courses for those who are here with us or in the meeting room or in live, if you can share with us how your courses, your college degrees, or the year that you are in, so we can have a good feel of the participants. And likewise, so here we start off with a bit of introduction, with a bit, nagmamadali ang aking slide. Okay, so I'll start off with my quote. As we prepare for our careers, who you are tomorrow begins with what you do today. So your academic preparations, if I'm not mistaken, Director Grace was mentioned that all of you are graduating students or who are listening, or even the alumni, if you're able to tune into the YouTube channel. who you are tomorrow begins with what you do today. So whatever the decisions that you have today will be who you are for tomorrow. Okay, so we'll start off with that quote, and allow me to start an introduction. So career planning, work ethics, attitudes, and productivity are the foundational elements in preparation for your career that can lead you to long-term career success. So it also requires skill building or capacity building, competency, certifications. Basically, we all thought, me personally, I thought getting a degree ends and I start working when and I realize it's not. I still have to go through the process of learning, relearning, unlearning. So basically we term ourselves as lifelong learners. So we have that also positive attitude that builds our trust and resilience to thrive in different environments. Once we graduate, we leave the halls of UE or the school that we are in. It's a whole new ball game. And I'm sure that for those who have experienced internships or OJTs, you have those experience. You have experience already. So productivity also ensures that your efforts are not in vain. So allow me to share some of those tips. No, it's a bit short. So we'll start off with career planning. So when we say career planning is defined as a proactive way of setting your goals and to achieve your goals. And it involves defining your career path, defining also the skills and experiences, and you have those different skill steps in career planning. So basically, the ones in the slide, you will see here the steps in career planning, such as your self-assessment, goal setting, research and networking, skills development, and action plan. So we start off with your self-assessment. So basically, self-assessment will ask the question of who you are. And basically, in the interview, in actual interview, most in actual interview questions, the common question is, tell me about yourself. So this is where self-assessment comes in. And this is also the opportunity for you also to revisit your guidance office, visit your counselors to really check on your self-assessment, and they will be gladly help you out in terms of your assessment. An example for assessment will be your interest inventory, your personality, your values, your skills. So those are your self-assessment. Once you get to know more about yourself, you were able to, your counselor was able to help you out in your assessment, then that's the time you will do your goal setting. In an interview, this is where your the common questions, where do you see yourself 3 years from now, 5 years from now? So this is your goal setting. So that's the next step. So aside from getting the job or being promoted, what are your other goals? Like you want to be certified, you want to study further, take up masters or take up other certifications. For some, they wanted to go out of the country. So they go out of the country to study and then at the same time work. So that's goal setting. Research and networking entails the following. So you get to before you go to the company, you get to know you get to know the company. You want to know the company. 'Di ba? Parang sa panliligaw eh. Kapag crush mo, talagang stinostalk mo, 'di ba? Tinitingnan mo. Ika nga, sinasite mo. Sinasite mo yung yung crush mo. You get to know that person. Yung iba, tinitingnan mo pa kung ano yung class schedule, minsan kung anong college, kung ano yung araw kung wala siyang pasok. So, yun yung kumbaga research. But it's a different take when it comes for career, ha? Pagka sa research naman, you get to know what your company is, kung saan what company you're getting into. Like, how are they in terms of their financial stability? How are they in the business sector, in the industry that they are in? And when you say networking, this is the opportunity for you to get to know the different companies. Hence, it also as an opportunity. For example, if I'm not mistaken, you will be having your upcoming career fair. That is your opportunity to do your research and networking. What company or what organization best fits you? No? So in terms of the career opportunity, you get to network with people, and then how you know people and how you were able to build relationships. Building relationships, dear viewers, does not only mean uh, the number of followers, the number of friends that you have on social media. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, what have you. The social connections that we are talking about here are your professors, the industry partners, how people know you in terms of your capability as a person, or as for example, if you're active in the organization, how you are as a worker. So that's networking. And then this is also the time you have when it comes for career planning, your skills development. So skills development will be the opportunity for you to develop your competencies during the time of your OJT or your internship, no? So, if I may say it in Tagalog, ito yung chance ninyong ma-hone yung mga ano nyo. For the computer science majors, if you were immersed in programming, ito na yon. This is the opportunity for you to dwell to practice your programming skills. For the creative majors, you are given the opportunity to do publicity materials or PubMats, or doing layouts or storyboards or digital storytelling. For those in the math or science areas, you are also, this is your opportunity, like for if you are able to do your statistical treatments, and those are the different skills development. And mind you, uh, right now the name of the game for the technology is utilization of technology, no? We have what we call the data analytics. It has a good grasp of in terms of statistics, of Excel, and storyboards. So maganda siyang i-ano, and maganda siyang i-develop. And lastly, your action plan. So when you say your action plan, you're taking your practical steps, seeking mentors. You can seek mentors. Who are your mentors? You might be asking, Ma'am, sino po yung mga mentors namin? Usually, the mentors that you will have can be either your counselors, your professors, or even the industry partners or the industry professors. We call them industry professors. No, these when you say industry professors, these are the ones are your supervisors in the workplace when you are deployed as an intern or as a practicumer. So you can look up to them as your mentors, as your professors, and then setting milestones. So when you say milestones, these are the ones your achievements, no? In terms of the achievements in terms of your career. For example, you were able to check in, um, you were able to present to the group or to the head your output. So for someone who's into who's scared in doing presentation skills but was able to present, that's a milestone for you. Okay? So after career planning, we have also it is important that we have moral work ethics. When we say work ethics, these are defined as principles that can guide behavior and performance at work. So as you can see here, it still instills us ethics. It has ethical. So uh meaning to say, even in we have I'm pretty sure you have your core values here at UE. So the core values that you have, the core values or the goals that or the outcomes that each and every one of you is expected to be is also found in the work ethics in the workplace. So what are those core elements? We'll start off with integrity, of course, honesty, accountability, and reliability. So that is the challenge right now for the integrity. And one of the challenges for integrity, admittedly, would be the role of AI. Yung mga chat GPT, yan, yung mga ano dyan, those are the common challenges right now. So it has to be in sync, no? You have to be accountable and honest enough and be reliable in terms of your career, and having that discipline. I- uh, ika, uh, so even in the absence of your boss, or even in the absence of a human CCTV or a CCTV for that matter, you have to have that discipline, where inconsistency is the key. You adhere to the timelines, you adhere to the policies and the standards. So Ah, hindi natatapos po, ladies and gentlemen, ang deadline sa school. There are also deadlines set about by the company, and you need to follow those. Uh, to be just a real talk, ladies and gentlemen, the corporate world is not as forgiving as the academe. For example, Ma'am, sorry, hindi ko po na-submit. Pwedeng next week ko na lang po isubmit. Some of the professors would accommodate you. But some, yung iba, yung alam ko, some of you will be so visit na visit. Kapag hindi kayo in-accommodate, ano ba naman yan? Di lang naman sinabit. It's because they are training you for that discipline. Because in the corporate world, ladies and gentlemen, there is no such thing as extension. You not submitting on time would simply say that you do not have one integrity, and another will be you're not that disciplined, and you will be considered unprofessional. Okay, so forgive or take it as a learning experience if you have professors that are very strict in terms of the deadlines. It's not because they wanted to check and submit on time your grades, but because they are teaching you that particular work ethic that you will be bringing to your workplace. So, and it also comes with the responsibility. Cliche as it may sound, common na po yung with great power comes great responsibility. Right now, you are graduating and you are basically starting your adulting world. So responsibility comes to owning to your successes, to your actions, and to your results. Hindi pwede yung kapag ka pumalpak, kasi siya yung nag-decide eh. Who made that who was the one who made that particular action. So you have to own up to your actions and results. So being prudent and being sure of what you do is better kesa yung dire-diretso kang mag-decide. Then of course, you have to commit to excellence. So you have to strive for high standards. High standards would mean, of course, going the extra mile. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, in the corporate setting, there is no such thing as a repeated subject. No? Pag bumagsak ka, o sige, retake ko na lang, re-enroll ko ulit next sem. In the case of the corporate, no, it will go against into your performance appraisal, if performance evaluation, and if they see that you're not that improving, your the commitment to excellence is in question. So you have to commit to that. You have to strive for high standards for you to be able to become productive at work. And the benefit of having those strong work ethics, these are just the four, no, the four basic elements of work ethics. But the benefits of having those strong work ethics will build your reputation and at the same time build your career. Wherever you go, you will have that. They will see you or they will know you as this person who has integrity, who has discipline, who is committed to excellence. Okay. It builds trust, it builds reputation, and it builds your professional relationship. Not because that, aside from the fact that you are a graduate of UE, you are also building your own reputation, your own career. Okay. Next, we have, of course, the attitude at work. These are, when we say attitude at work, this is the mental and emotional disposition towards people and the challenges. Actually, work and academe work or academe life, it's not much of a difference, ladies and gentlemen. Level up lang in terms of expectations, in terms of the standards. So that's the reason why there's always uh, the mental and emotional disposition when it comes for challenges. And there are different types of attitudes. So you have your positive attitude, growth mindset, team-oriented, and of course, its impact. So when we say positive, you have to be enthusiastic, so optimistic and resilient. Minsan agile. So we also add agile, no? Ah, when we say enthusiastic, of course, pwede ka naman din paminsan-minsan ka mag-anak ni Jollibee, pero wag naman yung sobra sa kay Jollibee, no? So, you have to exude that positive or enthusiasm in the workplace. You would notice that if you see a person, if you see a coworker, I'm sure nung na-experience niyo during your internship or practicum, na may magiliw or mas masayahing employee, nakakahawa, 'di ba? Ganon din kapag ka negative. Pag negative naman, parang sinakluban ng langit at lupa. Sadness, parang tinalo niya pa si sadness sa emotions, no? Parang, or sinamahan pa niya ni Eeyore. So, yan yung ano dyan, okay? So, when you say growth mindset, you have to have that growth mindset. Ma'am, kaya ko ba to? Hindi na yan, hindi namin, we encourage you, kaya nyo yan. So you have to believe in your ability and improve your skills. to develop and improve your skills. You have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, that growth mindset would help you in your career. Papasok din dyan, naka-intertwine din yan yung work ethics. Kasi the willingness to learn, I'm sure you have seen sa social media, ang dami dyan sa willingness to learn, ang daming mga hear it or mga memes, no? But in reality, the growth mindset, the willingness to learn, that's the wherein lifelong learner steps in. Okay? When you have team-oriented attitude, the willingness to collaborate. So no man is an island. In the corporate setting, ladies and gentlemen, collaboration is always the key. It is not always the decision of one person. It has to be the decision of the team. So how you collaborate with other people is important. How you arrive at a decision is important. So yung process, paano siya mag-ano, how you were able to arrive at that decision, that's team-oriented attitude. It is okay at times if you ask questions about the decisions because it might be possible that you have ideas, but not all the time na kontrapelo tayo. Not all the time yet you need to counteract or to react. It is good that you can react at times, but of course you have to check also why you are reacting. Is it because you don't like the idea or you don't like the person? Why? That's where team-oriented attitude. And the impact for having that kind of attitude, it affects your motivation. For example, your idea was good or was accepted. So you are motivated to think better. You are motivated to have other ideas. Another way is if your idea was not acknowledged, it was acknowledged, but it was not taken in by the team. You take it also, ika nga, a grain of salt. What needs to be improved on that idea? There might be something else that needs to improve on. And then it also affects your relationships. So it also affects your morale as well. Now, of course, others can tell a great deal of the attitude by the way you look. So, common yan. Kilala ako ng mga friends ko na may times na meron ako yung tinatawag na resting bitch face. Minsan, involuntarily tumataas yung kilay ko. Kaya minsan sinasabi nila, baba mo yung kilay mo. So the way you look, the way you sound, and way you behave, even your body language will tell it. Will tell them that you're not that friendly, you're not approachable. And then at the same time, the approach to the job will also affect your productivity, your chances for promotion. Why? Why it affects your chances for promotion? If you are a negative person and you exude toxic traits, quote unquote, toxic traits to the people around you, it affects also their productivity alongside you. And then their safety and well-being. What do we mean by safety and well-being? Laganap po yung ating mental health. So kung lagi tayong malungkot, we are always anxious, we also have those panic attacks, your well-being will be also affected and your life off the job. So it's either you're always tired, you're always grumpy, you're always grouchy, you're always emotional. So this also has an effect on how you treat other people. And then usually people who enjoy their jobs and succeed are like what I said, generally enthusiastic, and then they're trying to go to that extra mile because we wanted to. If you're really enjoying your job, at times you will be asking, what can I do to make it better? And then they are optimistic about the day's challenges. That is correct. And efficient and on time. So this is where the productivity, and you are being cooperative with your teammates. So this is with the ones with positive work attitude. On the other hand, people would have, or the employees who have negative attitude, may be careless. They don't care. And unconcerned about their attitude affects others. So, ika nga, kebs, wala akong pake. No, wala akong pakialam. And then they get easily discouraged. If their attention was called to for a minor activity or for a minor correction. For example, Ma'am Ann, may correction lang po dito sa, may comment lang ako dito sa output mo. Comment lang naman siya. It's just a simple comment na, can you do it better? you get easily discouraged. So, yun yung ano niya doon, affected na kaagad siya. And then, next would be, aside from easily discouraged, wala rin siyang goal. Anong gusto mo? Wala, okay lang. I'm happy getting my salary every 15 and 30th. I'm good. Bahala na kayo sa buhay niyo. They don't care. They just do the bare minimum. Common now is what they call the quiet quitting. So, they still work, pero at pagdating ng 5 o'clock, bahala kayo. If there's still work to be done, bahala kayo. Alis na ako, uwi na ako ng 5. So, they don't have any goals. Ma'am, nag-work naman sila, may goal. Yes, the goal that they have is just get the salary. They're just being paid. But they do not care about the output of their work. As long as they are getting paid, okay na ako doon. Then yun nga, another would be they are either frequently tardy, madalas absent. Common yan sa corporate. We have what we call Monday sickness and Friday sickness, no? Ma'am, I can't report on work today. Kinakramps po ako. Ganyan. Monday yon. Pero papasok siya Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Tapos pagdating naman ng Friday, ma'am, may lakad ako. Tapos makikita mo na lang na #blessed kasi yung pala may biyahe pala siya. Ma'am, may sakit po ako. May mga ganon. They are frequent or minsan naman they come in late. When they come in late, they don't apologize for being late. They just come in late and then they just go and sit down. They work. They won't say na grabe ang traffic, ganito, ganyan. Or minsan naman they would say grabe ang traffic pero when in fact, nandyan na sila pero di lang agad-agad pumapasok. And then they are unable to solve problems or take risks. An example here will be, ano gagawin natin dito? In a team meeting, no? So in a team meeting, oh, there's a concern right now. What are we going to do? Ay, sino ba may kasalanan yan? Sila na yan. Sila na dapat yan. It's their problem, not ours. So why do we have to think about that concern? Or can we take this decision? And siya yung tipong, ayoko mag-take ng risk. It might be too dangerous. Inuunahan na niya. May yung mga what ifs. So we have that. I'm sure in your college life, you have that group mate na ayaw niyang mag-take ng risk, yung lagi siyang may negative. There's always negative reaction. And then, lastly, sometimes bored siya by routine. Nabobore siya. Niya, ayoko na. Nabobore na ako. Ayoko na. Parang lagi na lang, paulit-ulit na lang. But when the boss or a teammate would say, oh, can you do this for me? Ayoko. Natatakot ako. Yan. Ganyan yung ano niya. Yun yung attitude. Which can be detrimental to you also. You have to remember nakakahawa yan. And sometimes people that are affected, it goes to the boss. Nakakarating siya sa boss. And the supervisor or the mentor will tell you in one of your talks or in one of your sessions that you need to improve on. Your self-esteem, take note, ladies and gentlemen, it always affects your attitude. This is how you see yourself as a person. It is not being selfish or self-centered. If you are being complimented that you did a good job today, huwag yung sabihin, uy, okay, ano lang yun? Parang, ikaw naman. No, you have to take it saying thank you and you acknowledge that you did a good job. For example, na hindi ka mahilig mag-makeup, tapos nag-makeup ka, tapos biglang sinabi sa'yo, uy, ma'am, ang ganda mo ngayong araw na to. It helps, it boosts your self-confidence, no? It also helps you in terms of your productivity at work. So, it also gives you that positive attitude. Remember, kapag ikaw ay nako-compliment, you feel good, 'di ba? So, it's the same as that of work. Your self-esteem also helps you feel good. So, there is that chemical. Mga counselors dito, ano nga chemical yung positive? Ang ating nag-review no? Ano nga yung positive chemical na nag-exude kapag if we have naalala nyo pa ba yun? Kung anong ano yun? Ayan, may sumagot. So, serotonin. Thank you, Miss Diane. So, serotonin, once you feel good, those are your happy hormones. You feel good, di ba? Actually, for those who are running, doing exercise, sometimes or nagzuzumba kapag ka nag-release ng yung nagpapawis, you feel good. That's the serotonin, that's the happy chemical. So at this point, I have a short exercise. I hope everyone can I hope everyone can participate. So can we have a short exercise? So can we rate ourselves? So how does your self-esteem rate? So I'll give you siguro around 2 to 3 minutes to take a look. Just say, ano lang, ano lang tayo, self-review lang or self-assessment. How does your self-esteem rate? Okay. So I'll give you 2 to 3 minutes to take a look. I think mabilis yang naman to, yes or no. If you answered, most of you, if you answered yes, then good job. You have a good self-esteem. For some na may say, Miss, may mga no pa ako. That's okay. That doesn't necessarily mean pag lahat yes, you have good self-esteem. Kung if you have a good number of answers na yes, you still have good self-esteem. It means that you need to still work on it. Okay, so yan yung ano. Actually, mas gusto ko nga yung last, ano dapat maganda yung ating sagot dito sa basically, I like who I am. Dapat yes tayo dyan. Okay, lagi tayong yes on that. People with low self-esteem often put themselves down. So bakit siya, an example line here is, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough to do this job. Yan. Yan yung ano doon. I'm not smart enough to do this job. They fear failure. I'm not going to try this. Ayoko. Takot ako. Yan. I'd probably make a mistake. So instead of or taking the risk of doing that particular task, they would rather not do it. So that's how people with so low self-esteem would react. And then take the easy way out. Kung ano yung suggestion ng lahat, yun na yun, susundin niya na lang. Ah, parang ang una susundin niya but later on mag-ano siya na, kaya lang madami pala akong gagawin diyan. Pero yun, naanuhan niya na siya. And then resist the change. These are the people, actually, in every organization that we have, ladies and gentlemen, there are always people that resist the change. And the common excuse is, I will never learn how to use this new system. An example here would be the pandemic. Eto, what we're doing right now. Some of the professors or some of the workers or some of the people would have difficulty in transitioning to the technology. They fear that it might take palitan sila sa work nila, but when in fact it's not. It actually helps them complement in their work, no? So yun pa yung ano natin. And then you can prove your self-esteem of paulit-ulit na lang to, no? Think positive. I think I can do this. Yung mga nanonood ng Korean novela, yung mga K-drama, yung mga aja o fighting, yan, yung mga ganyan yan, di ba? Mga fighting, laging yung may may reaction na parang fist pump, no? And then of course, realize that you make mistakes along the way. That's always a challenge, no? It's a lesson learned. Until now, take it, even me, until now, I have mistakes. I didn't say I do not have mistakes. We have mistakes. I have my own mistakes and I learn from them and I take it as my lesson learned in while I'm still pursuing my career. And then trying to spend time with others that feel good about themselves. You would notice that kapag ka medyo feel good yung mga if you have friends, if you have colleagues that who feels good, very light lang yung ano, you adhere to them. Kesa naman yung sobrang negative. 'Di ba? Parang mas nakaka-absorb ng negativity, mas lalo kang parang pagod. Instead of relaxing on the way home, mas lalo kang napagod, mas lalo kang na-drain. Okay? And of course, how to improve your attitude and increase job satisfaction. Of course, first and foremost, once you have started working, you have to understand what are the requirements. Pag binigay sa'yo yung task, it is okay to say, can I read it first? Can I study it first? Can I understand it first to in order for me to have that particular game plan? So you have to understand the requirements and demands of the job and how you were able to determine. Kumbaga may game plan ka kung paano mo gagawin. You of course have to set your ambitious goals. May goal setting pa din. Know your company. So again, your background, trusting yourself. You have to trust. If you were able to pass, you were able to graduate, you were able to be deployed in a good company, that means the school or even yourself or even your counselors have that confidence that you can do it, and so can you. And acknowledge the negatives. So when we say acknowledge the negatives, in every situation, there's always a negative instance or circumstances from on and off the job, and it should not deter you from doing your work. Okay? And how to solve problems. So of course, basic problem solving po tayo. This is part of the attitude also. You have to identify what are the problem or what is the problem. What are the problems? And then setting the goals. For example, at the end of the day, I should be able to finish this, or should be able to address this particular issue. Gather information, data gathering pa din tayo, no? So organize those data, you gather those information in order to list the possible sources of the problem and then the possible solutions to that problem. And then from there, choosing the solution that can best suit or address the problem that you have. Okay? So, another checklist. So, medyo mahaba-habang checklist po ito. So, mahaba-haba ding ang ano. Here. Okay, actually ito may onting scoring po tayo. So let's have, I think these are 14 items. So I'll give you 2 minutes to check to have yes or no. Pero anuhan natin ha. Kumbaga may onting scoring po tayo. So I'll give you 2 minutes to answer that with a yes or no. Okay, so let's take this opportunity in the chat box. I'm sure sa channel meron yan yung sa live chat. So you might want to put in your scores, no? Let's try to put in our scores, and then the guidance team can also take a look at it. We have the guidance team here checking it as well. So ano yung magiging scores natin? So may kodigo ako dito sa gilid. So indulge me for a minute. So of course, if your score is from 11 to 14, you have a marking of a winner. So that's a good positive attitude at work. So when if your score ranges from 6 to 10, your approach is basically good, and then you can be doing more. You could be doing more to yourself and to your job. And if your score for the yes, ito ha, total of yes answers po ito ha, ladies and gentlemen. If your score is from 1 to 5, medyo kailangan nyo yatang pumunta sa counselor nyo. Yun yung aking masasabi. I think you need to reevaluate or seek, not really seek help or seek advice from your counselor if you have scores na 1 to 5, no? If you have any concerns. But of course, the people who answered from ranges from 6 to 14 can still go to their counselors for to seek advice, to consult, or to ano kung tama nga ba yung ano natin. Okay? So, I'm pretty sure nakikita naman po yan. Siguro, Ma'am Shelly, can we have, ano lang, sorry, makikiinda, ano lang ako, makikimarites lang ako. Ilan ba ang may 14? Makikisilip lang po ako dito. Ayan, may 13, naka-yes pa siya, o, di ba? 8 na yes, o, yung isa, perfect. 14 over 14 daw. Ayan. Kanino kayang estudyante yan? Ayan, si Mark Santos. Sir Mark, you're perfect. Very good. So, yan yung ano natin. Thank you. Thank you, Ma'am Shelly. So, yan, no? So, some questions and answers for this particular segment. So, you might, first question would be, do people inherit attitude? No. The answer is no. So, the answer is no. Attitude is something that you learn often at an early age. Okay. And then it's something that you can change. Only you can change. Although talking to a friend would help a lot. Your counselor, or your peer, mga peer counselors, no, would help a lot also. And then, how can a positive attitude affect my home life? Home. So, hindi siya work, home talaga. So, chances are the satisfaction with your job will spread to your sa bahay. You would notice that if you have parents, if your parents or if you have relatives, kapag ka sa bahay, kapag medyo bad day at work, mainit ang ulo. Minsan nadadala, unfortunately. Kaya minsan, as much as possible, kaming mga working, we admit that it's a bit hard. So that's the reason why we also try as much as possible not to bring our sama ng loob sa bahay, no? Kasi nga nagiging affect siya. And how does your positive attitude affect the organization that you work for? Of course, plenty. Because you can do your better job, it can increase productivity, and then of course, in increasing productivity, it increases the sales or the profit. Mas magiging happy tayo. Uh, sweldo pa lang or the benefits would also would come. And then it would also bring out profits for the company. It will bring good reviews and then magiging stable ang ating organization. And another would be, can everyone improve? Yes, definitely. With a little work and creativity, being open to the corrections, everyone can think of how new ideas to improve. And then, of course, good attitude is important for career and it is important for success. So, hindi po pwede yung work ang mag-a-adjust sa inyo. Kayo po ang mag-a-adjust. Your attitude should adjust also. And maintaining your positive attitude with hard work, optimism, and of course, good self-image. It is good na at times you go to work presentable. Hindi yung parang mukha kang bagong gising. Kasi may mga iba, ah, may mga iba pumapasok talaga parang antok pa. You need to have that also mindset and enthusiasm. Okay? We go from attitude. I hope you can still put in the chat box if you have any questions, and then the guidance team can take a look at it later on if we will be having some time for Q&A. We now go for productivity and efficiency. So how does it relate again to work? No, the ability to complete your work effectively within a given time, that's productivity. And this is also the skill here in question, or the skills that you will be developing here. You'll be your planning, organizing, prioritizing, and focusing efforts on the task to achieve the goals efficiently within the deadline. Kaya ngayon pa lang sa school, praktisado na kayo sa mga deadlines, productivity, and efficiency, no? And I'm sure since it's the time of the season again, nakikita nyo sa picture, may calendar, I'm pretty sure some of you nagsistart na naman mag-collect ng mga stickers, no? Dahil sa planner, no? Or mga magagandang planner na nakikita natin. That is also part of the productivity tools. And, uh, of course, there are different strategies for enhancing productivity. Of course, managing your time. May technique yan eh for every ano in managing your time, prioritizing. So may mga iba may mga techniques in terms of reading emails. May iba ginagawa nila before they start their work, they read emails first. Once they read the emails, they start off with the smallest task, going on to the bigger tasks. And then alignment of the goals. Of course, the goal for the week can provide directions. Kaya every week may mga every week there's always a meeting with the boss, so they set goals for the week, what can be done for this week, these are the tasks that can be done, and then at least there is a direction on what to do with those goals. And then focus techniques, there are different focus techniques to in terms of minimizing the distraction. What some people would do is uh they snooze, no, they put on silent mode, or they have in the phone there is what you call the work mode. May feature yan sa Android eh, sa kasi my phone is an Android, Samsung in particular. Pagka nakalagay na siya, na nakalagay na yung aking ano, may schedule siya na nakalagay na work, naka-mute yung mga notifs ko. So at least na I get to focus on my work, on my task, and then I get to see them pagka lunch break na, yun, para at least nakikita ka agad. And then minimizing as much as possible yung pop-ups, kasi sa computer, sa monitor, kapag may notif, may nagpa-pop up sa gilid eh. No, yan yung ano natin. And then for continuous improvement. So when you say regularly evaluating and improving the process, so that's the reason why we have those my monthly meetings. The monthly meetings, actually, to be honest, for corporate dapat maximum na yung 2 hours, kasi kung kaya naman siya ma-communicate through email, kaya siyang maiayos. So may mga continuous improvement, may mga review of the goals, kaya may mid-year may mid-year review, may mga monthly reviews, kung ano yung mga to check what are those things that may need improvement. And productivity tools. So these are the tools like project management, calendar, scheduling tasks, time tracking. Yung mga mahilig manood ng YouTube, I'm sure there's always that commercial, yung monday.com. If you're familiar yung monday.com, that's one productivity tool. Another productivity tool will be yung sa Microsoft, yung may mga tasks, yun yung may mga calendar. Those are the sample productivity tools. May calendar Outlook, so yun yung mga nagpa-pop in. Actually, yun yung mga it helped. Ako personally, nag-help yung mga ganon, yung mga calendar, yung mga tools kasi to keep me on track. Okay? And then minsan nagno-notif din po siya. Okay, I'll give you an example of managing techniques, ano? So how to give your time track. Actually, I saw this in a LinkedIn post. So actually, if you have a LinkedIn account, this is a good, I encourage everyone to create your own LinkedIn accounts, because that's the professional network that you can create, no? So actually, mas marami kayong makikita doong I have my own LinkedIn account, and the guide, Mom Grace and Mom Ann has my LinkedIn account that they can share it with you so that you can check my LinkedIn account. So here, going back, here is the productivity no cheat sheet na tinatawag for productivity. So as you can see here, meron yung time blocking. So it divides into the day into the blocks of time. Actually, ganyan ako. May times na ganyan ako na what do you call this? Ito yung ganitong oras na naka-focus time. Yan, may mga naka-block siya. So that's time blocking. And then meron yung tinatawag na Pomodoro technique. Ayan, yung mga 10 minutes. Maliban sa pagkain, meron silang tinatawag talaga na Pomodoro technique. Okay? So, flexible Pomodoro. So, medyo work. Pag nawala ng focus, there's a 10-minute break, then work na naman ulit. Yan, yung mga ganyan. Yun yung dyan. Kaya may mga iba from back and forth, nagkakaroon ng refocus. Yan yung Pomodoro technique. And then there's also another one, the 1-3-5 rule. So one big task, and then 3 medium tasks, and 5 small tasks. Yan. So those are your productivity. Kasi definitely we all know na hindi kakayanin umupo ng almost 8 hours sa harap ng computer. So at times mawawalan ka talaga ng focus. So this is a good cheat sheet for you to check on how to do your productivity. Kanya-kanya po 'yan. For some it works na they can sit almost the whole day. That's okay. But if you're the type of person na ay ma'am, mas gusto ko po yung after mawala ng focus, I'll do something else kapag ka na ano na ulit babalik ulit ako ng ganito. That's okay as long as you have your productivity in check, you were able to do your required outputs for the day. Okay? So, yun meron din yung 80-20 rule na 80% results, 20% effort. Yan, may task batching. So, depende po yan. Okay? And of course, in summary, o, di ba nakasummary na tayo? Integrating all four elements for career success. Career planning shapes long-term goals and guides skill development. As you go along your career, ladies and gentlemen, you will know or eventually you will be able to develop your skills. Yeah, if you are given the opportunity by the organization to do certification, go ahead, do it, especially if it's a company sponsored certification. That is good, especially if the certification is internationally recognized. So if you were given the opportunity to work outside of the country, mag-work outside of the country, you were able to work in a company that requires this particular certification, then that's good. An example there would be the certified project manager, given by Project Management Institute. That's one. Also, the Six Sigma, the Lean Six Sigma, the Black Belt, Green Belt, may mga ano yan, may mga levels yan. That's also a certification, international certification. That's good. It also develops your skill development. It also shapes your long-term goals, no? Strong work ethics ensure reliable and quality-driven performance. And you have your positive attitudes that can improve your resiliency, creativity, even your agility and collaboration among teams. And the strategies that you have can help achieve goals efficiently. So, uh, some tips, practical tips and takeaways there. So, for career planning, of course, once you graduate, you can still visit the guidance office for one. But of course, from time to time, you may want to regularly reassess and update your plan. So after a year or two, you check whether or not if the work still applies for you or that career applies to you. You can still reassess doing that. And then work ethics, consistently adhere to ethical standards, even when no one is watching, and yung tinatawag natin, kahit may actual CCTV or may human CCTV na tinatawag, you still have to adhere to the ethical standards. We cultivate positivity and resilience and productivity using the style. Actually, sa corporate, once you are inside the inside the organization, you will be asked, you will be trained to use productivity skills. In one of my previous work, uh, it was a Microsoft showcase school. So we were able to utilize the Microsoft tools. No, one of them productivity tool, I would say for Microsoft will be the Outlook calendar. So in the Outlook calendar, they have the tasks list. So na-train kami in doing that. So we were able to utilize the Microsoft Teams as well. So nandoon lahat ng productivity tools that can suit your style and needs. If I'm not mistaken, like for the Google, they also have that. Okay. And encouraged, always emphasize continuous learning and improvement. If there is always a lookout for trainings and if there is always an opportunity for you to go for, if you were assigned to do training, yes, it might be missing a day's work or a task that needs to be finished. But at the end of the day, the certification or the development would really help. Okay. Uh, some things, of course, that requires zero talent. And as you can see here, zero talent, but because we were able to develop that during our stay at school, as you can see here, the work ethic, the productivity is included. It may be worded differently here in the 10 things, pero nandiyan siya. Career planning, your work ethic, your attitude, your productivity. So nandiyan po siya. And allow me to share my last slide, which is from Steve Jobs. So, your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. Always remember, ladies and gentlemen, the work that you do is always great. If you for you it's already good already, then good na yon. No? So, and the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking, don't settle. Parang love life lang yan, no, Ma'am Shelly? Hindi, pero on a serious note, career is something that if you really enjoy what you're doing, okay lang yan. You always always on the lookout to improve or to perform yourself always. As with all matters of the heart, you know when you'll find it from Steve Jobs. And from that, thank you so much, everyone, for listening for today's session. Thank you.
Thank you very much po, Miss Franz, for your valuable sharing of information on how our students can further enhance their work ethics, attitude, and performance to meet the demands of the 21st century workforce. To our students, can you share with us in our YouTube channel comment section your key takeaways from the talk? What have you learned so far that you deem will be useful when you join the workforce soon? I think I can relate best po to 2 points shared by Miss France. First, integrity, sabi nga ni Miss France, is very important in the workplace that even if we are not being supervised or monitored at work, we have to deliver the same quality of work known to us as warrior graduates. And second, an exercise of growth mindset as a good work attitude is being teachable, being open to feedback, constructive criticism, and of course, the willingness to continuously learn from the people around us, which will eventually help improve our work productivity and expertise. What about our warrior students? Can you share with us your key takeaways from the talk given by Miss France? We'll wait for your answers in our YouTube comment section. Meanwhile, let us hear your questions for Ms. France through our open forum, which will be facilitated by the guidance counselor in charge for the College of Business Administration. Let us welcome Ms. Diane Rodriguez.
Thank you, Ms. Lyra. So before we begin our open forum, I just want to remind everyone that this webinar is a safe space for all participants. Let's ensure we respect the questions from our colleagues and students and the integrity of everyone sharing their thoughts today. It is important to acknowledge our individual differences, and that is perfectly okay. So we will begin with the questions from the pre-registration and then attend to the questions from our attendees in the YouTube. You may now type your questions in the comment section. So good morning, ma'am friends, and here are the questions from our pre-registration. The first question is, what skill or knowledge are necessary to be competitive and accepted in a company? Are those skills or knowledge taught and applied in the classroom?
Parang ano, beauty contest. Thank you for that. The skills, no? Actually, the competencies, actually, that to be honest about it, it's more of your academic preparation, no? The courses that you in. If you're accounting, your College of Arts and Sciences, psychology, dentistry, med, comsci, engineering, education, the technical knowledge that you have learned in the classroom, those are your skills and the knowledge. Your academic preparations is the key. So, kahit na yung minor na feeling major, o di ba hugot? Alam ko may hugot yan eh. Karamihan. Huwag kayong mag-alala, dear students. Naging ano din namin yan nung kami ay college. Consistent po ang mga minors. But even your minor subjects will also help you, no, in your skills and knowledge, and especially in your majorships. For accountancy in particular, I'm pretty analyzing financial statements, preparing financial statements, doing the ratios, for your preparations of the numbers itself. Kami, admittedly, ako nag-accounting lang ako 1 and 2, pero po sa awa ng Diyos pumasa po ako. Pero iba ang technical competency ninyo sa amin. Kasi kayo, you were able to have that. So the knowledge, the skills that you have to answer the questions, the academic preparations that you have in the classroom is the technical competency that you have. The other items like such as your attitudes and the ano, it's up to you. Nasa sa inyo po 'yon. Na hinahanap din po siya sa ah, sa corporate. Yeah, for example, si Ma'am Dayan, si Ma'am Dayan is with psychology. So syempre, ang kanyang forte is more, let's say, counseling or ano, there's always that's academic preparation. And then iba pa din yung soft skills na nape-prepare din sa kanya. Yan.
Thank you, ma'am. So we have another question. So what are some effective strategies for maintaining high work ethics even in high stress environments?
High effective stress techniques. Tama ba? Did I get that right? Tama
Yes, ma'am.
ba?
Effective strategies po for
For
maintaining
the
work ethics.
maintaining work ethics.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, the moment you know yourself, you know that it's wrong already. Kahit highly stressful siya, you know that it goes against your values, your principles, your work ethics, you will never go wrong. Even if it's high stressful, they pressure you on doing that. But if you yourself, you do not adhere to that, and you feel that you believe that you did not succumb to that pressure, then that is a technique for you already. That is work ethics for you. Stress is there. Low stress, high stress, stress in every environment is always there. But at the end of the day, your ethics, your attitude, your work ethics would still count. No, if your beliefs, your values on that would count, they would honor you for that, even if it means na stressful siguro kasi they wanted to stressful kasi sa'yo kasi yung parang nape-pressure ka to deliver. But then again, if you're not comfortable with it, mas magandang pressure yun. Kaya kumbaga, ika nga patigasan kayo because you know that is against the policies or the guidelines, or even in the absence of the policies and guidelines, you know very well these are the core values or the work ethics of the organization you're working for, and yet the people are not following that, then you're on good grounds. Yun pa rin naman din po.
Thank you, ma'am. So the next question is very related po dun sa first, no? How to deal with burnout?
Naku, how to deal, actually, uh, how, how to deal with burnout. Basically, you have to, yun yung tinatawag na magpahinga ka talaga. You really need shut off. Kung I have friends or I have friends, what they do kapag nababurn out sila, nagso-social detox sila. Yun yung tinatawag nilang social detox. Talagang as in patay, wala silang messenger, naka-off yung notifs nila from messenger. Yung social media detoxification, they do not open their social media on weekends. They do not open their emails on weekends. Kasi mas stressful lalo. Ako personally, I deal with burnout. Ako tinutulog ko kasi. For me, it's my body's way of saying, uy, matulog ka. Yun. Kasi actually, if you literally lie down in bed, tapos pagkagising mo, yung ano lang talaga, wala kang masyadong iniisip. Yun yung I know it's hard. Hindi siya madali. Hindi siya madaling but then if your body says you otherwise, your body will mas nakikinig ka eventually sa body. I experienced that eh. Pag sinabi kong pagod ako, gusto kong matulog, sumusunod yung katawan. Natutulog. Yun. And then detox, talagang off yung phone. Kung off yung mga may iba they deactivate their social media for the weekend. They even turn off the notifications, the emails on weekend. Kaya ginagawa nila yun nga, literally Netflix and chill. Yun yung ginagawa nila. Yun yung kanilang self-care. That's self-care. No, it depends kasi sa self-care eh. May iba naman, they do ang tawag nila kikay therapy. So when we say kikay therapy, nagpapa-parlor. Pero please lang pa-parlor kayo, wag niyo sariling gupit yung bangs. Alam ko pag stress yung iba, may kilala akong ganyan eh. Pag stress siya na nagkaka Ano siya eh, talagang nagugulat na lang kami. Bakit parang iba yung, di pantay yung bangs kasi stress siya. Kaya ganon, no? So, yun, do your own therapy, do your own thing. Yan, mag-jogging, you do you step out, may malling will be one yan. Ganun yung, that's how, kanya-kanya ma'am ang treatment ng burnout eh. Of course, may iba talagang sangyup. Talagang sangyup is life, di ba? So yun yung mga ano doon. So it's actually recuperate yourself will be the best. Recuperate and then kasi syempre hingang malalim, relax, laban ulit. Yun yung ano doon.
Thank you, ma'am, for that, no? So, pag may kasama po tayong biglang naging Dora yung bangs,
Alam na
nagsasa
natin yan.
yes,
Alam na natin. Yun yung kanyang self-care.
yes. Thank you po. Ayan, ma'am. Yung isang question po kasi nasagot nyo na kanina. So, I'll jump to the next question. So, how do modern technologies like remote work, AI, automation influence work ethics and attitudes in the workplace?
Challenge kasi ang AI ngayon with with the onset of Chat GPT, you know. So actually, for me personally, it should not be a challenge because it should not be a challenge. It's more of we have to admit the technology is there already. Ika nga, wala tayong no choice. We don't have any choice but to embrace the technology. We have to be collaborative with the technology. The technology is there to help us, to guide us on what we need to do. It is up to us. Kapag ka-firm ang ating principles, ang ating values and ethics in place, then I think I personally believe having AI or the technologies that will help us. Ang challenge lang kasi right now, and we all know, kaya mas madami ang burnouts in remote work kasi we were not able to differentiate. Kasi 'di ba pagdating sa bahay, higa na lang tayo eh. Ngayon, pag work from home, parang pagbangon mo. Kaya minsan, nung during the time ng pandemic, ako personally, ang ginawa ko noon was, iniba ko yung workspace ko. Hindi ko nilagay sa kwarto. Para pagdating sa kwarto, I believe in the principle na pagdating mo sa kwarto, matutulog ka na lang, magre-relax. Kumbaga, it's your safe space. You have your workspace downstairs or any part of the house. So, yun. Parang yun yung, kumbaga, ano mo siya. Para pagdating mo sa room, that's your safe space. Pwede kang mahiga, pwede kang humilata na without thinking na may katabi ka na laptop. So, yun yung akin. That's your safe space. Work ethics is actually na anuhan ka ng parents mo or you look up to your mentors or your professors. That should be collaborative for me. Yun po.
Thank you, ma'am. No, so, we have to embrace the
Yes.
technology that's coming. Yes po.
Oo. Actually,
Ayan.
ano siya, ma'am eh, parang next normal. It's the new normal eh. Like what we're doing right now, it's the new normal. In the confines, the safe spaces of the homes. Yeah po.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much po. This one, ma'am, is very interesting question. No? So, how can employees maintain a positive attitude during challenging times and avoid boredom with monotonous work?
Challenge yan actually ng HR. Challenge namin yan, mga HR people, no? How to combat boredom, being monotonous. So actually that's the wisdom behind job rotation na tinatawag, no? So umiikot, meaning to say bawa this employee after a period of time lipat siya na ibang office para maano naman niya embrace niya, no? Actually, for HR, for us, we consider that as a career development. Kaya lang, the resistance is there. Alam naman natin yan. Kapag na-imbibe na niya, sanay na kasi ako dito eh. Kahit tulog ako, kaya ko. Kaya, challenge yan for the HR. Kaya ang ginagawa namin, we have activities. For example, magpapa-organize, let's say, ng Friday assembly, parang ika nga town hall. I previously work in a Catholic school. So ang ginagawa namin, may tinatawag kami yung parang faith family. So parang may group sharing, parang ganon. So yun yung kumbaga yung ano namin to combat the monotony, to let them understand ano yung mga, kumbaga yung groupings namin, hindi kami pare-parehong department, iba-iba. So, may staff, may teachers, may administrator. So, isa-isang group siya. So, may group sharing. So, at least may idea kung ano yung ginagawa. So, that's what we do. We were, nag, we proposed before na parang uh, physical fitness. So, hindi ko lang alam kung na-approve na nila. Nag-propose kami nung tinatawag na Biggest Loser. Hindi lang namin alam kung ano. Para at least makombat nga naman yung boredom. Tsaka may iba naman. So we have those activities. Challenge for HR yan to combat the boredom. Kasi for some, hindi siya bored kasi exciting kasi yung ginagawa. May iba naman na bobore. Kaya kapag binigyan namin ng activity, ay nako, ano 50-50. 50 excited, 50 hindi. As in talagang may ganun talaga. So, HR has to be creative in breaking those boring, they say boring and monotonous work. Yun po.
Thank you, ma'am. So, ito ma'am, medyo nadaanan niyo po kanina, but for the benefit of for those who just came in, maganda po yung question niya eh. So, how do you deal with coworkers who have attitude problems?
Nako, hirap niya. Um, Siyempre, unang-una sa lahat, you have to be very, very professional. Mahirap sa kultura ng Pinoy kapag pinagsabihan mo, talo pa yung balat sibuyas kapag ano, no? Meron ako may personally, may mga nai-encounter ako talagang may attitude problem. Yung talagang, ano, sila talaga yung mga facial expression nila, hindi mawari. Yung talagang ano na meron talaga. So, how to deal with them? Yun, one, as much as possible, be professional about it. And then, of course, try to understand. So, dito na papasok yung pagiging emphatic natin. Try to understand where they are coming from. Baka nga naman may problema sa bahay. Nagkataon na naidala niya sa office, no? So, try as much as ako ang ginagawa ko kapag may mga ganyan, kapag may coworker ako na ganyan, hinahayaan ko muna. Tapos kapag medyo nakapag-settle na siya for the day, I mean, nakaano na siya, yung medyo okay-okay na siya, saka lang ako, o kamusta ka, ano nangyari, ba't ganyan yung mukha mo, yung mga ganyan. Saka lang siya mag-share. So, after sharing, after getting the side, basta, wag naman, next time, kumbaga may onting coaching ka, no? Next time, ganyan, wag tayong, wag ganito yung reactions natin lagi. O di kaya minsan magsasabi, ma'am, ganito, ganyan, ganyan. O, teka lang, kalma lang, ganyan. So that is between kasi ako as the boss and my staff. Now, paano yung kapwa co-worker? Ang ginagawa ko lang naman, hinahayaan ko lang din yung kasi for example, I have mga ka-level na co-workers, yung mga parehong heads or parehong supervisors. Kapag medyo mainit na ang ulo nila sa meeting, hindi ko na sinasabayan, hinahayaan ko na lang. Or kapag nakakasalubong ko na yung parang kumbaga may reputation nga na toxic, no? May ganun eh. May reputation na may ugali. Tinitingnan ko din. Actually, same lang naman yung approach. Tinitingnan ko rin kung saan siya nanggagaling, kung ano yung ginagawa niya. And then, pag worst comes to shove, kapag kailangan ko siyang makausap. Wala akong choice. Ayun nga, keeping it professional. Pero as much as possible, your face should also be professional. Wag din yung parang naghahanap ng away. Kasi minsan may mga ganun tayong facial expression. Kaya minsan mas nagkakaugat ng misunderstanding. You have to be professional about it. O, sir, ma'am, may request po kami, follow up lang namin, mga ganyan. So, kailangan pa din, may touch ng professionalism and hahayaan kasi mas lalong nagsistem yung pagiging marites ng mga tao tsaka tolits eh. Tolits is yung panglalaking version. Tol, anong latest? So, nagiging lalo yan kapag medyo ikaw mismo magsasabi, ano ba naman yan? Bakit ang sungit-sungit? Tapos bigla, di ba? Ayan na, na, nag-spread na. So, ika nga, the buck stops with you. Kapag sinabing, pansin mo bang masungit? Oo, masungit. Hinahayaan ko lang siya. Ganun. Yun yung doon eh. Wala kang magagawa kahit lumipat ka ng kumpanya at meron talagang masungit. Meron at merong coworker na may attitude talaga. Yun.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Hindi natin maiiwasan po talaga, ano?
Totoo.
Yes.
Totoo
Okay.
yan.
Sige, ma'am. So, the next question po would be coming from our pre-registration. So, ito medyo mahaba. Please bear with me. What are the pros and cons of a side of a hustle culture mindset compared to a quiet quitting approach? And how can we assess whether our work ethics lean more toward hustle culture or quiet quitting?
Parang kompre, ah.
Sorry, ma'am.
Hindi, okay lang. Um, there is no such thing as the hustle culture alone and quitting culture alone. Actually, sa isang kumpanya, meron at meron talaga yan. There are group of employees that, kanbawa, the direction of the company's hustle. Talagang work. Ika nga work, work, work. Ganyan, ganyan. Pero syempre, yun nga, may mga certain people that the work style, the working style, or the work style or the leader, iba ang kanyang working style. Yun nga, yung productivity mo, di po ba? Yung mga Pomodoro technique, yung tinatawag. Halimbawa, kasi may iba, they don't see the Pomodoro approach as working. They don't see you that as if productive na may mga 10-minute breaks. For them, it's not. May ibang ganun. Kaya for them, it's the hustle. Kaya nangyayari. Kaya nagkakaroon ng quiet quitting kasi nga, kanya-kanyang work style eh. I'm sure, ako personally, I have my own work style. So, ang iba yung ano niyan eh, Ate Chona. May mga Ate Chona talaga na ano. So, may mga work styles kasi that works best yung productivity. May mga iba kasi parang ano eh, sasakyan. Paano ko nasabing sasakyan? May gas at diesel. So, I drive kasi, nagda-drive ako. Ang usually yung sasakyan ko, diesel. Diesel takes time. Nagwa-warm up, matagal mag-warm up kesa sa gas. May mga ganong workers, parang diesel, matagal mag-warm up. Pero kapag once na nagtrabaho na yan, tuloy-tuloy na yan. It doesn't sit well with some. Gusto nila on the go. Alam ng mga kaibigan ko dito sa guidance na hindi ako morning person. Kaya alam nila kapag pag hindi challenge sa akin to come in early. Pero yun nga, as much as possible kasi nga dahil it's work, I have to adhere. Kaya pero wag mo akong agad-agad anuhin. Pero once I did my work, tuloy-tuloy naman yan siya. So, the hustle culture and the quiet quitting culture, hindi siya separate. Meron at basically for the person who asked that question, generally all organizations are hustle culture. Yung hustle and bustle, yung tuloy-tuloy, meron yan. Pero syempre, it all boils down to the leadership. Kung sino yung top leadership, kung ano yung directions niya, doon po papasok. Siyempre, yung kung ano man yung sa top leadership pababa, how it cascades and how it takes well, yun doon papasok yung quiet quitting. Kasi yung quiet quitting yan, halimbawa, hindi niya na-appreciate yung ganito yung work style niya, yung parang mala diesel ngayon dating. Nagko-quiet quitting talaga yun. Yun yung ano doon. So I hope I answered the question.
Yes,
Ah,
ma'am, you did po. Ayan. So, talagang iba-iba ang culture, ma'am, or minsan nagsasama, no, within an office
mm-mm,
environment talaga, people who have different work ethics talaga, tsaka work style.
mm-mm.
Thank you, ma'am. So, we have a question po from one of our participants na nasa YouTube. So, the question po is, how will you know if you are for the corporate world? During my internship, I realized I didn't want to be in this setup.
Ang magiging question ko kasi for that student is, it might be possible that you're still in the corporate, but I suppose where you were assigned or where you were deployed, hindi mo gusto. Yung industry, kumbaga. I think you're still, sa akin lang this is just, ano lang po. I do not know your background. I do not know where, it might be possible that where you were deployed in your internship, hindi mo gusto yung culture. Baka you might fit in other industries. Halimbawa, ano lang, paano tayo, let me see. Halimbawa, you are working in a company, kumbaga multinational company, you were assigned in, share ko na lang yung, experience ko. I had a former student, former intern siya, no? So, parang ang major niya is multimedia arts. And sa kanila kasi, they were taught, of course, ideally, I'm pretty sure for some also, ideally sana when you're a multimedia major, dapat sa mga multimedia companies, yung with the likes of production houses, mga ganyan. And nung time nung na-assign siya for yung when it was his time for internship and saktong yun yung kasagsagan ng pandemic, there were no opportunities. Talagang walang opportunities. And nagkataon, may isang company na accepted him. Ang nangyari was he was assigned of all the departments, would you believe he was assigned at the HR? HR siya. So, una, ano siya, hindi niya gusto. Hindi niya ano, kasi sabi niya, bakit ako nandito ako naman, I was telling him, for the sake of experience, yung malay mo, sabi ko lang, malay mo, you might be able to use your multimedia your program, no, yung course mo magagamit mo later on nung nagkaroon kami ng mga check-ins or yung mga huddles. When kinamusta ko siya, ang sabi niya, ma'am, nag-enjoy ako. O, di ba, that's a change from bakit siya nag-change? Kasi pala he was given the opportunity by the HR to prepare yung mga PubMats, yung mga training materials. So, nagawa niya he put his creative skills sa paggawa ng mga training materials, yung mga decks, yung mga presentation decks ng trainers, siya yung gumawa. At saka even the PubMats, yung mga announcements, siya yung gumagawa. So, where am I driving at? It might be possible for this person, whoever you are, kung saan ka na-deploy, baka hindi mo na-enjoy yung company. Baka you can still check other, kasi it's, paano ko ba sabihin? Maaga pa sabihin na corporate is not for you. Where do you see, ang challenge ba ko sa'yo is, where do you see yourself working? Yon. Kasi baka it might be because you have not so good experience with your kung saan ka na-deploy. You might want to explore other opportunities. Yun yung sa akin.
Thank you, ma'am. No, baka mamaya may iba pa palang magandang opportunities, no? So
Yes,
let's not close our doors yet.
correct.
Yes,
Correct.
ma'am. Ayan po. For our last question po, meron tayo sa YouTube po ulit. How can I effectively negotiate for a higher salary, especially if I already have relevant work experience?
So we define subjective si relevant work experience Like 2 years, 3 years, depending on the field that you are applying with. And then uh for the negotiation, actually that's a tricky thing, no? Very tricky siya, even us. Even us in the HR, it's tricky for us. Going back to your question, when you say relevant work experience, it depends on the job role that you are applying with. And then, halimbawa, ilang years ka na doon. Halimbawa, kung nakalagay ka na 2 years worth of experience, the batting average kasi depende sa industry tsaka sa relevant work experience mo. You have to consider also, one thing to consider would be your geographic location. So, tsaka yung work setup, is it hybrid, full work from home? Yan. And then minsan naman, let's not look, ladies and gentlemen, ito common to, no? Let's not look on the basic pay alone, no? So, wag lang yung basic pay ang titingnan. You have to look at other benefits. Pwede rin, it may be possible, maybe, possible na mababa ang basic pero binawi sa ibang benefits. What are those benefits? Of course, aside from the government mandated benefits, yung mga may HMOs, yung mga health card hanggang family members nyo, that's one. Magkano ang health card? Kasi usually ang health card, minsan yung annual premium is around 15,000. So kung apat kayo, times 4 agad yun. So yun na yung ano doon, no? What else? Yun yung may mga dividends. If you have performance bonus, dun binabawi. So let's not look at the base pay alone. Try to look also at the other benefits. Kasi pag basic lang ang lagi natin tinitingnan, mahihirapan tayo. It might be possible. So it's a bit tricky. Kung aanuhin, o sige, pag for the sake of ano lang, pwede rin naman halimbawa 10-20% of what na ano mo. Halimbawa, yung last na pay mo, kasi sinabi niya, ma'am, di ba, may relevant work experience siya. Kung ano yung last pay niya nung dun sa previews, try to set it plus 10 or 20%. And then kapag ka nag-negotiate, hanggang saan yung kaya mo. Halimbawa, sige, maximum naman 15%. Mga ganon. Yun lang naman yung ano doon.
Thank you, ma'am, 'no. So, dapat with reasonable ano pa din po 'no, percentage.
Mm-mm.
Ayan,
Yes,
thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am. Alright, so that's all the time we have for our open forum. Thank you, to our eager students and for your very wonderful questions, and thank you, Ma'am Franz, for your insightful answers. That's all for our open forum. Back to you, Miss Lyra.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ma'am Dayan, for helping us connect the questions from our students to Miss Franz, and of course to Miss Franz for your enthusiasm in answering our students' questions. To show our appreciation for your time and effort, please allow us to present to you our certificate of recognition. Kindly allow me to read the citations. University of the East Manila Guidance Counseling and Career Services Office. A certificate of recognition is hereby given to Ms. Franz Marie Jopelo Sumang for being the resource speaker in the GCCSO webinar entitled Career Planning, Work Ethics, Attitude, and Productivity during the Career Development and Placement Program 2024. Given this 12th day of November, via Zoom and the GCCSO YouTube channel, signed by the Director of the GCCSO, Director Maria Gracia Gallardo Gonzalez, RGC. Thank you very much po, Ms. Franz, for gracing our event with your presence. As we come to the end of today's webinar, please allow us to share just a few reminders. First, please help us evaluate our career program and activities by answering our online evaluation form, which may be accessed via the QR code flashed on your screen. For those who wish to receive their certificate of attendance, please be reminded that the form will be open until 8 o'clock in the evening today. E-certificates of student evaluators will be sent to your UE email address beginning next week. To our graduating students who were not able to join the Wadwani Career Program, please be reminded that your career program via Google Classroom is open until November 15, 2024 only. Your participation in our self-paced career development and placement program is a requirement for your exit interview, which is set to start by the last week of November. For our upcoming career activities for graduating students, we invite you to join us again this afternoon at 2 o'clock, still via our UEGCCSO YouTube channel, as we talk about leveraging towards the fifth industrial revolution with artificial intelligence. If you remember a while ago, no, AI has been mentioned for several times. So we hope that you will join us this afternoon for this career talk. We have invited a resource person from one of the leading online employment websites in the country to talk about this matter. Starting tomorrow until Thursday, the 14th, we will have our Career Fair 2024 with the theme Upskilled and Empowered UE Graduates Level Up. This will be held at the SFC lobby from 9 o'clock in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. Various private companies will be joining us tomorrow, so prepare your resumes and your best job interview answers. The Social Security System, or SSS, and Pag-ibig Fund will also be with us for tomorrow only. So for those who still haven't processed their government IDs yet for work, please join us tomorrow for a whole day event. Please head to our UE Manila GCCSO Facebook page for the complete list of company participants during the job fair. We also have a webinar on Friday, 2 o'clock, as part of our Proactive Intervention and Resiliency Education for a Drug-Free Nation program, or PAIRED. We have invited three resource speakers to talk about substance use and abuse viewed from various perspectives, such as the law, medicine and health, and mental health. To pre-register for the webinar, we have the infographic available at our UE Manila GCCSO Facebook page. And lastly, we are also very pleased to invite you all to join us in our week-long Guidance Week activities from November 18 to 22. Our opening program is scheduled on November 18. We will be having free HIV/AIDS testing at the briefing room on November 19. We have an art activity and brain teaser games scheduled on November 20 and a webinar on financial literacy for students on the morning of November 22. Please like and follow our UE Manila GCCSO Facebook page for more details on how you can participate in our celebration. And with that, we thank you all once again for joining us in our webinar on career planning, work ethics, attitudes, and productivity. To formally close our program, this morning we're all enjoined to sing our UE hymn.
Pamantasan ka naming mahal, ilaw sa kainlan. Buhay, lakas, punong damay, pamantasan ka ng bayan. Ang pangalan mo ay malhati at sandigan ka ng pamantasan ng silangan, pamantasan ka naming mahal, pamantasan ka naming mahal, ilaw sa karimlan. Buhay, lakas, tunong naman, pamantasan ka ng bayan. Ang pangalan mo ay luwalhati at sandigan ka ng lahi. Pamantasan ng silangan, pamantasan ka naming mahal.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning, and see you all again this afternoon at 2 o'clock for our webinar on leveraging towards the fifth industrial revolution with artificial intelligence. Enjoy your lunch, everyone, and see you all later. We will also be flashing once again the QR code for the activity evaluation form for our participants' reference. Thank you.